My name is Umaru Sanda. My guest is Ghartey, Minister for Railway Development. Your ministry is a new one of the new ministries created by President Nana Akufo-Addo. 4 years on, there are people who have argued that Nana Akufo-Addo has a bloated government, so many ministers. How useful has your ministry been to the ordinary Ghanaian in Esikado?
My ministry was not created for Esikado, so I don't understand the question.
I'm asking an ordinary man residing in Esikado. How useful?
Don't use Esikado.
Fine, let me use Somania.
Yes,
how useful?
Well, I'll tell you something. Between 1898 and 1957, the British developed 947 kilometers of railway line. They didn't go beyond Kumasi. Between independence in 1957 to 2017, what was developed was 15.6 kilometers from Sekendi to Takoradi. It was narrow gauge, still the old line. Developed under Mills Mahama. It didn't even finish in 8 years. What happened was that they finished it in 2017. For 4 years, the last 4 years, what has been developed, or what is being developed, for me, more than justifies the creation of the ministry. I asked President Kufuor, during President Kufuor's time as Attorney General, when he wanted to create a particular ministry, that President, why are you creating this ministry? At that time, as Attorney General. And you do it by LIEI and so on. So he said, I want to put focus there. And then he gave me the example, I think, of India, of another country, that when they want to focus on a particular area. I think that if you look at the performance of the railway sector since independence, and the performance even by the British up to date, I think there's more than clear justification that the creation of the railway development sector has put focus on the sector. When you talk to the people in the railway sector, the people in Ghana Railway Company and so on, they will tell you that they are seeing a total solution. We had a meeting last 2 weeks of senior staff members of the Ghana Railway Company Limited. The guy who chaired the meeting said he retired in 2014. But when he was coming to the railway, what is now the Railway University, he could not even recognize the place. He couldn't believe it was at the same place. And so clearly for me, a very strong foundation has been laid in the first 4 years for a total overhaul of our railway network.
Under Mills and Mahama, we had the Ministry of Transport taking care of aviation and rail and so on. They produced Ghana Railways Master Plan. Under a new ministry proposed 2020 Master Plan. It's still the map of Ghana. There are still lines in there. But the fact remains that I cannot enjoy a train ride to Tema. Not a single commercial train is working. So seriously, how useful has the detachment been?
Under Mahama, they developed a railway master plan and they built 15.6 kilometers of railway line. 15.6. Under President Akufo-Addo, by March, there were 4 passenger services running. There was a passenger service running to Takwa. For the first time, it was running since 20...
The one that derailed?
The Takwa didn't derail.
Okay.
There was one going to Takwa. There was a passenger service going to Insawam. There was a passenger service going to Sekendi, Takoradi. There was a passenger service going to Tema.
But they've all been grounded.
They were grounded because of COVID. Because
Minister, Cho is smaller than a train. Taxis are smaller than trains. They have all been allowed to operate to full capacity by the president. Surely you cannot say aeroplanes are smaller. You cannot say to us that if these ones have been allowed to move, the train cannot move. It simply cannot be because of COVID.
Are you prepared to listen to the answer now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So they stopped the trains in March because of COVID. The Ghana Railway Company Limited and the Ghana Railway Development Authority are responsible for reintroducing the trains. They started the process of reintroduction. They are starting with the Sekendi line. After that, they'll come to the Accra line. Then they'll go to the Sawoma. They'll go to Takwa. You see, I've learned a lesson as a minister that you must respect the professionals and the advice they give to you. When they tell you that, Mr. Minister, after leaving a line for 3-4 months, we must go and get the regulator and look at the line. Then you talk about an airplane. Airplane goes to the air. The railway line, if there's a small problem, if somebody has put a stick there, if there's a change in something, it can kill thousands of people. I went to France. What they told me was that a road can be at 45 degrees. A car can still travel on it. They said you want to do high-speed train. If it's 1 centimeter of what is supposed to be, you will kill people. Umaru Sanda, I prefer not to kill people. I prefer to listen to my engineers and to have Umaru Sanda come and ask me questions.
Okay. I have seen posters of you in somewhere in Kumasi, a poster of you and Nana Akufo-Addo, the president, even though that's not your constituency. Is Ghartey preparing to be president after Nana Akufo-Addo?
There's a saying in our language.
Okay.
Translated literally, don't take my mouth.
I wish I could speak good French and say Esrua or
don't take my mouth and put it at the wrong place. That's the literal.
Are you afraid?
But no, let us focus on the Akufo-Addo presidency. Listen, Umaru Sanda, I told somebody that this life that we are in, what God decides will happen will happen. So we pray, we work hard, and we leave the rest to God.
Honorable Honorable Joe Ghartey.
Right Honorable is only the speaker.
No, you were once a speaker, so always a speaker. You've once wanted to be president on the ticket of the MPP into the primaries. It's only fair to ask if that ambition is still somewhere in there.
You know, I kind of like you because you are persistent, but you must know that I'm also sometimes persistent in my refusal to answer your questions.
Are you worried that you'll be sent out of cabinet if you said yes, you still have a mind?
Umaru Sanda, I've served the country to the best of my ability. The decision to keep me in cabinet or not is the president's. Whatever happens, I give thanks to God. You know, one of the most beautiful things that I've learned, especially as a railway minister, that it has increased my trust in God. Because I had a ministry, just a map. The road sector, do you know what happens in the road sector? A lot of the times you are giving money to build the roads. The road sector, you have to look for the money yourself. So whatever happens, I give thanks to God.
Friends of Joe Ghartey are watching you tonight. What would you say to them?
I've told them already that they should hold their horses. There's a time for everything.